Welcome to Big Questions, Episode 4. How can I find peace and satisfaction in life?
In the world we live in today, much of the focus in our life is governed by our own personal success, and this success can be perceived in many different ways. Depending on who you are, you might work towards becoming very rich one day. You might strive to be famous or important. You might spend years working towards accomplishing certain goals or achievements. Much of the time we have is spent on our work, our education, our careers, our hobbies, families, and even on our image that we have, especially the one we create on social media. People will often spend their life working towards bettering themselves within their careers with the incentive of making more money or having a higher social standing. Some people focus heavily on knowledge and dedicate their whole life to research and education. One thing we see a great deal of today, which will only get bigger with time, is social media. People want to be perceived in this perfect way to others, and to some people work towards getting that perfect picture or moment so they can share it with the world, and in turn, hopefully gain some sort of response or recognition from others. Life gives us all these different things that we can all treasure greatly. Some so great that people will spend their whole life striving to obtain it. Now, working towards the things I've mentioned aren't necessarily bad. But at the end of our life, what importance does it have for us? When we are on our deathbed saying our goodbyes, the money we earned will be worthless since we can't spend it. The position we gained in our career will eventually be lost and replaced by someone else. The knowledge we learned will be forgotten as we age, and the memory of us and our life will eventually be lost as time goes on. The treasures and success we value here on earth are fragile and can often be lost or stolen, and above all, are restricted by time and mortality. But there is one who will never forget us. And there is one treasure that will never be lost. There is one treasure that has stood the test of time, and it is all built on the most famous man in history, Jesus Christ. The amazing things about life with Christ is that through him we are able to instead trust that our whole life is in his hands. We are able to instead make him our centerpiece and focus, and our biggest and most incorruptible treasure. This puts our life into so much more perspective. The thing that people usually strive for and achieve is never met with true satisfaction. In life, as soon as we obtain the thing we wanted or thought we would treasure the most, we are on to the next thing, and we are never truly content. The last treasure we wanted so bad and managed to obtain ends up sitting there, collecting dust. We can think that if I just had that one thing, or had that job, or earned that much more money in my life will be much better for it, and it will be complete. But often, we do get it, and it only brings satisfaction for so long. Christ brings true contentment, lifelong and meaningful contentment. He is a treasure that keeps on giving, filling our life with so much peace and happiness now. And to add to that, he even brings a final gift of eternal life with him. People spend so much time in life gathering pointless possessions, but when we have Christ, we don't need any of these things. We can be content and happy no matter how poor or how rich we are. The wealth of having Christ in our life transcends every bit of wealth or treasure the world has to offer us. Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also.
Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe to stay in touch with future videos.